right, everybody, and welcome back to your 2020 Michigan Pro State Championships. We're in the back nine now.
And I think the back nine plays a little easier. Two of the hardest holes on the course are actually the first two we play. Yeah, it looks like the back nine plays a good bit easier.
We have Andrew Marwede with, is it a 4 down? And Jeff Bennett with a 4 down. And we have Cody Sears with a +1 and Benjamin Zorn at +2.
So we got hole 12 here, which is tournament hole 10. It's a big right to left, would be righty hyzer or lefty turnover. Par 4, you basically just want to get as far left as possible, making your second shot hopefully short. The basket is up raised a little bit, and it's pretty good par 4. Definitely birdieable, but one bad kick, as always with this course, will send you into oblivion.
Oblivion. Yeah, that sounds like it. Sanford in a nutshell.
Yeah, no, I mean, for all the viewers, just look right here. You can tell why this course is called the Jungle, because it looks like a jungle. Looks like a couple of good tee shots here. I think forehand turnover from our card will be very common, considering all of them have very apt forehands. Yep, 4 for 4 forehands. That's kind of a tongue twister. 4 for 4 forehands.
4 forehands. Sounds like an Arby's commercial.
Yeah, something like that. I like Arby's, especially because they've been involved in disc golf recently.
Well, I do see the commercials they have where the wrappers fold up into disc golf baskets.
Yeah, they're not I don't know if you remember, or USDGC, they now have the poles by the baskets, or the wooden stakes, and they kind of look like mozzarella sticks. And they're kind of silly. It's kind of silly to have a target right by the basket. And Arby's, they had a commercial that featured those wooden poles, and they were like, disc golf, leave the mozzarella sticks to us. So I kind of appreciate their willingness to be outspoken. Is this Cody's drive? This might have been Cody's drive. Honestly, with a big enough forehand, it's reachable. The hole's only 400 and some odd feet, 440 feet, something like that. It's quite reachable. What is it? 413 feet only. Yeah. No, it's definitely reachable, especially with the level of forehands that these players have.
You can get anywhere to the bottom of that hill to look up at it. It's usually a pretty good drive.
Yes, sir. Oh, Bennett couldn't connect for the birdie there. Good attempt, though.
Marwede with his 3 save. Quick tap outs. Looks like a bunch of threes.
That was for par. That was for par. Okay. All right, so we got hole 13 here. It's whole tournament hole 11, a very odd par 3. This would go under the category of tweener, as far as I'm concerned, just because of the sharpness of the angle and the low ceiling. There's not really a way for you to attack the basket. You pretty much just have to throw around the corner and pitch up. If you get close enough, you can kind of give a run at it with a throw-in, but there is a drop-off behind the basket, so it really doesn't entice our competitors to really give it a good run for 2. So I feel as if this hole often plays almost a little boring. I would like to see maybe the tee pad extended or the basket brought closer. Either extend it into a par 4 or shorten it to make it more of a true par 3.
Gotcha. That drop off behind the basket though, that's no joke. That's a straight 40-foot drop.
Oh, for sure. And it doesn't look
yeah.
like it either. So if if you're playing it blind, you could make the mistake and go bye-bye.
Yeah, getting around that corner is very tight. To be a great placement shot to hit anywhere outside of that. And the trees like Marwede, as we see right now in front of us, those trees are all jungle. I mean, jail. There's no way shot out of that once you're in too deep.
Yeah, where Bennett is really tight. Forehand roller only from right there. And with Marwede, he does a lot of the competitors. They throw a driver and it pushes too deep and hits those trees on the back edge. Where I feel as if our competitors threw maybe a mid-range off the tee, they would stay in the fairway a little easier, especially since the chance of 2 is very small. Let me see here what we have.
Cody with a nice up.
There's Robert Santala with the 2. And that was it. So there was just 1-2 on this hole. 1-2.
Well, hats off to him.
Yeah, exactly. Good job, Robert. Yeah. Beers on me. Wow. Looks like Bennett got back there with his roller. Excellent punt, Ben. It's at first glance, not that tricky of a putt, but considering the drop off and the cameras, it's a good putt.
Marwede.
The Weedles. Tell us about this island hole.
Hole 14, 272 feet. It's hole 10 or tournament hole 10 or 11 or 12. I'm sorry, tournament hole 12. Par 3. This is one of my favorite holes on the course. It's a simple forehand, not very far out. There is one big tree blocking the straight shot to the basket. But
you're about 50 feet short of the basket, I would say. About 25 feet right, 30 feet left, 25 feet long. Definitely a forgivable island. And the drop zone's about a 40-footer, I want to say. So, Marwede with the OB. I wonder what he threw there, because I saw a lot of side armors going deep with drivers, and they seem to have a little better luck when they went to like a zone or a pig, harp, depending on sponsor or company choice.
Right. It's definitely a hard shot to do with, say, a Firebird. The skip can really hurt you on the OB on this one.
Yeah, exactly. Especially since deep and right, the OB line is actually the tightest. So
nice shot.
Yep, excellent shot from Jeff. Good recovery from that 5 on the last hole. It's like Ben from the drop zone. No good.
Had a good run at it though.
Oh, this is cash though. Marwede. This is his wheelhouse. 40 feet, wide open, bang. He missed it. Oh my gosh. Marwede, how are you winning these tournaments and missing? I'm just kidding. Marwede's a great. Marwede with the 4.
Cody with a nice putt.
Yeah, cleaning up the sidearm hole. Jeff making his putt with his Sexton Firebird. your driver is your best putter, because when you putt with your driver, you're just that close.
Hole 15 here, tournament hole 13, 260 feet, and then par 3. This is, besides for these trees we're looking at right here in the middle, it's just slight left, and pretty open fairways to that, but getting through those gatekeeper trees is very, very hard to do. There's very, very few sneaky lines on this drive.
Yep. Yeah, you said it very well there, Chris. Gatekeeper trees. I would say most competitors are trying to take that right gap with a fairway driver or mid-range, depending on the player's comfortability, because the hole isn't that long. It's under 300 feet, but it does have to go a good bit left, and the driver will get a little skip, which will probably help. It's a nice feature that the TDs put out there for everyone. There's a broom on the tee pad, which is nice.
Yeah, both courses had full sets of brooms. The trash cans in Freeland were all new and put in. We had the city bring in trash cans for every hole in Midland. Just some little features that we thought of that would really help out the pros throughout this new tournament.
Yeah, that's an awesome feature, and I feel like the brooms were probably. I know you guys had to dump a bunch of sand at Chippewa Banks, and I'm assuming probably the same at Freeland, but maybe this course didn't get as much sand. Maybe, I'm not sure. So I feel like the brooms were probably more utilized at Chippewa Banks, because it seemed pretty dry and pretty nice out here at Sanford.
Yeah, when the flooding happened, it started in Sanford. So Sanford, the disc golf course, actually, just besides for the trees and stuff, really didn't have that much damage, but it did have flooding. In Midland, the entire Midland course was 10, 15 feet underwater for a good month.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a definitely one of an experience that I never thought I'd see. But yeah, Midland, because it's right there off the water, it caused a lot of sand to come over top of the bank area, and that flooded hole 3 through 5 with sand. I mean, it went from being all grass to a beach.
Yeah, that's wild. Yeah, Mother Nature is very powerful, ladies and gentlemen, and she can totally change the landscape of anything. So we got hole what is this course hole 16, tournament hole 14. So left to right, another sidearm forehand shot, which is very, very common. Lots of sidearms on this course. Couple of guardian trees off the tee pad that make that tee shot very tight and cause you to pucker a little bit on the tee pad.
Yeah, that left to right is very tight as soon as you start getting down the fairway. And there is a bigger guardian tree in the middle that stops you from going too far out before to reach to have your disc come back to the right where the basket is.
Oh, Ben with the miss birdie there. Cody cleaning up nicely. And looks like Marwede and Jeff are, for the most part, parked. There's Marwede cleaning up. Jeff getting on a knee to putt that for some reason. So we got hole 17 here, tournament hole 15, and it's right to left. At first glance, it looks like a righty hyzer, but in all honesty, it's more of a forehand or for a left-hand backhand flex shot because that gap. It's really hard to protrude that gap if you're just on a hyzer, but if you're flexing back from a forehand, it's a lot easier to penetrate that cubby that the basket is in.
Right, because the basket's actually on the left side.
Marwede throwing a backhand here, which is very, very surprising for me, I would say. I would have bet a lot of money through a forehand there, similar to Jeff. Cody throwing that forehand I was talking about. Looks to be a little high, and he's in the roughage.
Just behind the basket.
Yeah, not too bad. Definitely salvageable. Ben throwing a backhand there. That looked. If you are going to throw the backhand, you have to make sure to be wide, and you really want to miss that tree that's just behind the basket you just saw. You want to miss that tree barely on the left, and that way you can still penetrate that cubby.
Nice run, Jeff. Cody off the cage.
Marwede going deep with the backhand, which is pretty interesting. He must have thrown a flippy disc or managed to go right up the guardian tree.
Cody.
A little bit of nerves.
Cody cleaning up for that 4. Looks like Jeff with a 3 and Marwede and Ben with a 2.
You know, it's actually difficult to play on your home course. Well, I'll explain that in a second, but we got hole 18 here, tournament hole 16, par 4. There's a gap you can see coming right at it. You basically want to line yourself up with that gap on your tee shot. Is if you're short of that gap, you really don't have anything. So, you know, you really want to be short or right. That way you're still open to the gap, but it's short, 430 feet. It can be two'd with a really good shot, but more often than not, people are just trying to break it down for 2 easy shots to get their birdie 3. Marwede doing that short and right shot that I was talking about. But yeah, it's tough to play your home course sometimes because you play it all the time. You're probably pretty good at it. You know, you have scores that you deem acceptable, holes you birdie all the time, so that it's a lot of pressure on from yourself. You know, then you have the people from the hometown, they're rooting for you. There's some pressure there, and then you know these courses that you play all the time, and say you miss a hole that you birdie 98% of the time, that can frustrate you a little bit, throw you off your rhythm, you know? So it's a lot of people think home course is an advantage, but it doesn't always quite work out that way.
Yeah, I can understand the amount of pressure, especially I'm pretty sure this is Cody and Ben's first time on camera.
Yeah, no, camera jitters are a real thing, no doubt. That
Nice
was a really good shot. Yeah, wow, that was phenomenal.
Another good upshot.
Yeah, these guys are making the second shot look quite easy.
You know, locally there's a line up on top of the trees to throw over into the fairway there. It's very dangerous, and you know, I wouldn't suggest anybody playing this caliber of a tournament to try it, but I have seen some locals try to go up and over, and I don't know if anybody's ever been successful with it.
Yeah, no, this definitely looks like one of those courses where there's a few experimental lines. You know, you can try it from time to time. Definitely definitely some shots that you know maybe in doubles after your partner's down the fairway a little bit, but
Yeah.
but not when you have to play
Nice
it no
putt,
matter what.
Andrew. Good putt, Ben. Oh, everybody's cleaning up really nice. But made short work of hole 18. In my opinion, that's one of the hardest holes on the course. Here we have hole 1. Tournament hole 17, 282, and par 3. A pretty much wide open fairway that turns left very quick. And the basket is just through this clearing of trees up on top of this little bit of a hill.
Yeah, no, it's almost a sawed-off hyzer for a right-handed backhanded player. It's you really got to swing it left, and you got to get a skip. It's definitely deuceable and very attackable, but it's a specific shot you need.
Yeah, hitting that gap to the left to get it to go towards the basket's very hard to hit. And I'm curious to see if Ben Zorn throws the forehand. Looks like pretty much everybody's backhanded so far.
Yeah, forehand would be quite the shot. I would be very impressed and flabbergasted to see someone get there with a forehand. Maybe a forehand ruler, but backhand. And you really want to hit that dirt area, because you really got to hit that to get a good skip. If you hitting that tall grass, either left or right, you're not going to get that skip you need.
Jeff looks like he's in some trouble.
Yeah, it looks like
Nice upshot.
Marwede's, Cody, and Jeff are all just kind of throwing shots up there for their threes. If you don't hit this shot just perfect, you're not going to have much of a putt. But Ben got close enough to have a putt, and he bangs it. Great two, Ben.
Crew view.
Crew view. Good job. Good two. Cody. Oh, he missed. His putter is similar color to the basket, especially with the light shining on it there. So my eyes played a trick on me.
It's and here's hole 2, tournament hole 18, 311 feet, par 3. And here you see we just have a fairway straight out with a lot of right turn. And before that right turn, I'd say it's probably about 100 feet. And then it goes out to this clearing towards the basket.
Yeah, hole 2 is very weird hole. There's a sidearm gap down the right, a very tight sidearm gap that actually I think is the truest line, also the tightest and scariest. And you have this outside on the left gap that I think these players are really throwing and just trying to get up there as far as they can. It's not really a hole where many people are expecting a 2. I think a lot of our competitors would be satisfied with a 3. It's just real tight and an awkward angle. Would you agree with that assessment, Chris?
Oh yeah, that line that you were talking about through the trees there on the right side, the scary one. That's
Yes.
that's definitely very, very tight gap. I mean, a placement shot through the middle would be prone and taking a 3, but you always have that opportunity to try to sneak there with that forehand to get up to for an opportunity at a 2.
Yep. It looks like Ben had some struggles on his second shot there. Marwede trying to get up there for an easy 3 to cap off his pretty solid round. Now Ben trying to get up and down there, save his 4. Let's see if he got up there.
Come on, Jeff. Oh, what a run.
Yeah, Jeff, if he can see the basket, and even often when he can't, he's running it. You know, he's always basket hunting. Definitely, he's confident enough in his putting game to where he will just run everything.
Marwede with a good finish. Good putt out, Ben. Looking at the back of Ben's shirt with his PDGA number, 10283. I think something along those lines. It's like, man, those PDGA numbers are really getting up there.
They are. They really are. I got in below 30,000, luckily. So it looks like Marwede leading the tournament with a 7 under. Bennett right there behind him at 6 under, along with Brendan Tetloff and Ian Hamilton, and a slew of 4 unders and 3 unders. So, you know, at this point, it's anyone's race. The next round will also be at Sanford Lake. So looking forward to watching that action. Thank you again to all of our sponsors and Patreon supporters. We will catch all of you for the second round.